Hey there, it's David Cinelli here, a realtor with Overpay Signature, with another Real Estate Educational Friday. If you're living here in the GTA, you know we have a really hot market right now. As soon as a home is listed, it's usually sold really fast within a week or so, and many of these homes are getting multiple offers, which is driving the prices up. Here in Ontario, when an offer is received by an agent, he is not allowed to show other possible agents that may bid on the property what that offer is. They are considered blind offers. So if there's 2 or 3 or 4 bids on a property, no one really knows what the other realtor is bidding on the property. So it always begs the question, what if you are the buyer and you are in a multiple offer situation? You really found the home of your dreams, but you don't want to overpay. And without knowing what the other offers are, how can you ensure that you are not overpaying for this home? Well, that was the inspiration for today's topic for Real Estate Educational Friday. Today's topic is part 1 of 2 parts of how to buy a home in a hot market without overpaying. So here we go. Here is tip number 1. Get pre-approved. Before you even start looking at properties, you should either meet with a mortgage specialist or a mortgage broker to find out what you can afford. This will save you a lot of headaches in the long run. Regardless if you're in an offer situation or just buying a home on which you can negotiate the price, you should always get pre-approved. However, if you are in an offer situation, a lot of times conditions are removed, like financing, so you need to know how much you can afford comfortably without overstretching your boundaries. Tip number 2, do your research. As I mentioned in the previous tip, when you're in an offer situation, chances are you have to remove all of your conditions, which includes financing and a home inspection. But pay particular attention to the financing clause, because we know what you're approved for, but you also need to know what a bank or a lender is appraising the house at. What a bank does is they will evaluate the property at their own criteria and see what you paid for is what the home is really worth. And what they do is they use recent sales in the area of similar homes, like similar bedrooms, bathrooms, etc. So you need to know what the comparables are before you get into an offer negotiation. The risk, of course, is if you get caught in the heat of the moment and you overpay for a property and don't have any conditions, you're bound to pay that purchase price. But if the lender or the bank comes back and says that that property is not worth what you paid, it's actually less, you will have to come up with a difference on closing. Let me give you an example. If you are pre-approved, say, for $1 million loan, and you get into a bidding war and emotions get really involved and they get really flared up, and you decide you're going to go in clean on an offer and pay $1 million for this home. If the bank or the lender, when they do their appraisal, comes back and says the property is only worth $900,000, well, on closing, because you went in firm, there's no way backing away from the deal, you are going to have to come up with that additional $100,000 as part of your down payment. So by doing your research and knowing what other homes are selling for in the area, you won't be caught with any surprises. Well, I hope you enjoyed part 1 of part 2 of this series of how to not overpay in a bidding war. I hope you join me next week where we go through tips 3 to 5. See you then. Bye for now.